got the K2.
Is your name George? Yes, thank you.
It's lining up around that direction, then you've got one going that direction, then you've got another one. Hey guys, how are we all? Okay, so we've got a little setup here. We're just at the Smythesdale Cemetery, and just a quick look at my little setup here. I've got, oh shit, fucking, why is this dead? Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. That didn't work. Well, hello there. Looks like we've got a meter that's going absolutely bonkers. Is there anyone here that wants to say hello? Alright then. Okay. Well,
wait till you get up to where the bricks are.
let's go for a walk up this way. Shall we take you for a walk? Okay, now first off we've got the lone pine just in front of us, which is commemorative of the Anzacs and everything like that. I've got a little speaker mechanism with me, so I can just pop this thing down. We can just have a bit of a look around. So this is the lone pine commemorating the Anzacs.
There's one in every cemetery now.
Yeah, just about. There's just about one in every cemetery, Beth was saying. This is the Smythesdale Cemetery. Yeah, there's a very strong energy here. It just set off the K2 absolutely bonkers before. Just going to pop this down for a sec. Now if anybody wants to come forward and affect the K2 meter, you're most welcome to do so. It's going bonkers. Absolute bonkers. Check that out.
My phone's on flight mode, so it's not.
Okay, I'm just going to have a look at one of these plaques here. Yep.
That explains that. That's what I was drawn to when you drove in, remember?
So, we're just wandering over towards this little brick thing here to find out what this is all about. Eulekberg of Smythesdale. This is the oldest grave in the cemetery. It is marked by a headstone. The Eulekberg family lives in Will Street, Smythesdale. 3-year-old Catherine Eulekberg died in February 1860. Her toddler brother Peter died the following month, and another infant named Peter William died in 1870. When their mother Ellen died in 1887, she was buried with her children in this, the oldest section of the cemetery, and it appears that Richard, their father, who was a bricklayer and one time mayor of Smythesdale, constructed the grave surrounds. So it's pretty cool.
How much, what did they went to that for?
Yeah, it's
That's the kids they ran
Beth's always attracted. Kids are always attracted to Beth. Yeah, interesting old thing here. So how are we all? I hope we're all well. We're a little bit worried that the rain was going to affect coming out here, but yep, all good for the moment. Alright, let's go for a little walk here and come a little bit closer to this grave here.
Kids ran down when they got out of the car. Hello? How are you?
K2's playing a little bit active, which is cool.
What's the little girl's name?
Catherine.
Catherine? I've got Kathy. You like my dolly? Can I put my dolly down here?
So I've got an interesting one over here too,
Yeah, there's two over there.
which is very overgrown. There's no headstone in this one, so well, it doesn't look like it. Can't see anything in the brush. A couple of older ones here. The name's all faded on this one. The one at the back here is Crozier, so we send blessings to these people here. There are a lot of unmarked graves in this area. Seems to be a couple over here too. There's a couple of headstones which are sort of like fallen down. Oh, here we go. Memory of Anne, beloved wife of Launcelot Collins, only daughter of Anthony Walton, late of Weardale, Durham. Okay, so it could be English, 1860, died in September 22, 1860, age 31. So, it's got Baby with her. Hello, Baby.
Hanging out with us for a while.
So, there's a couple of old ones over that way. A couple of new ones around as well.
And there's a whole bunch. I think the Chinese ones are right down the back there.
Yeah, there's an old Chinese section up the back there too, so we might just have a bit of a look around. Got a couple of older graves here. This one's fallen down.
Something Smith.
Someone Smith.
From England.
A bigger one here.
It's
There's a grave just here. Joseph Griffin. Joseph Griffin has a headstone with the earliest date, although it should read 1860 instead of 1859. The headstone must have been made years later and the year was confused, so there you go. It was from Liverpool in England and came out when gold was discovered. So if there's any spirit around, please come forward, and you can touch the meter in front of the camera if you like.
This is a whole Kenneth S. What does SNR stand for?
SNR?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what that stands for.
Was councillor of the Broad of the Brown Scarsdale district from 1877 to 1894, and mayor from 1882 to and 1890 to 1882 to 1883 to 1890 to 1892.
And we've got the camera playing up.
Placed by descendants.
So we often wonder if this is spirit playing up with the camera.
Hello,
I'll just stop it for a minute. Alright, so this is the Chinese section here. There's a bit of ground here, but I believe there'll be a few more, but there's just a couple of those footstones here. Okay. The best's picking up on something.
Look through the trees, or when I look through the trees. BB, don't lose your head. I can actually see like a ruin, like at the back of the cemetery through those trees, but it took me a while to realise I was the only one who could see it, because I don't think it's actually there. I think it's residual.
Okay. Well,
I think it's a residual haunting.
This area here was, you know, sort of established back in the 1860s,
Yeah.
and there was a bit of mining in this area as well. So there could be some ruins out in the back in the bushland here. Some old settlement ruins.
I'm drawn to walk. I'm not going to, but I'm drawn to walk over there.
Yeah,
like
I think we'll just stay out of the bushland, but yeah.
Yeah, because there's fence posts all along there, like a boundary line. But yeah, I looked over there and saw a cottage, and I'm thinking, is that there, or am I freaking seeing things again? But there's a vortex or a portal or something around.
There's some interesting old graves about. We're just going to have a walk down the main path here. There's a few little plaques, so we might just have a bit of a read as we walk through. Bit of a history walk, really. Nice big one, Emma. George Bird. A little bit of a plaque here, quick read. George and Harriet Bird died in 1897, arrived from England on the Bombay, which must have been a ship, 1852. Let me just pop that down for a sec. He bought a rather large property, moved to Smythesdale. Right, he was a councillor by the looks of it. Another prominent person here, that's very cool.
What's the name of that street? Is it Howard?
Howard Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the grave.
Oh, okay.
Lawrence and Annie.
Lawrence and Annie Howard. Cool. I like it, this cemetery, in the respects that they do have some old you know, old graves with some historic significance. And these graves here belong to John and Isabella Lynch, and they've got a connection to the Eureka times. Just have a little play with my gadgets here. Two, one, two. 2, 1, 2. Okay. So got my little mic sort of thing happening so I can just have a bit of a wander. So John Lynch is part of the Eureka connection, which is the gold sort of thing. He trained as an engineer, a mathematician, came to Ballarat in the 1850s as a digger. He was one of the founding councillors, Smythesdale. The mines department appointed him a mine surveyor, so he's one of the main members here. John and Isabella Lynch. John married Isabella McGregor, who was born in 1838 and she died in 1900. She was from Scotland.
Wow, hello.
They had 14 children. Wow. And there's a list of the children and a bit of history here. And it's really nice to see some of the history. And once again, if there's any spirit around, please step forward to the camera and just place your energy near the camera there while we just have a bit of a wander. Here's a Collins Street in Melbourne, yes, and we've got a William Collins. There's another one here, Jane Griffin, E. Callahan, born locally at Moonlight near Baringa. She was one of 13 children. Yeah, it's really nice to see these little historic plaques. A couple of unmarked graves here too.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I just heard some laughing.
I thought it was a crow, but I don't think it is.
It's not. It's not a crow.
I thought it was person.
So whoever's laughing, if you'd like to come towards the camera, please do so. Yeah, it's really weird sometimes when you hear a bit of voices in a cemetery, you know there's nobody here except yourself. But that's pretty cool. Got another memorial thing here. Dr. Louis Sager. Dr. Johann Hermann Louis Sager, MD of Saxe-Weimar, whatever that is, died 2nd of October 1865, aged 37. He was murdered outside the home of William Harris at Newton, Scarsdale, by a 57-year-old Welsh miner named James Jones. Dr. Sager was not married. He lived in the district since about 1855. It was a public vaccinator. Public vaccinator in Smythesdale in 1859. His home was at the foot of Rocky, the volcanic outcrop on the eastern side of the road as you pass over the railway line on your way to Cape Clear. Okay. This grave was repaired in 1829 by the Scarsdale Old Boys Reunion Committee. So, interesting. Sort of a tent style grave. And this is a grave of Jane Little. Apparently she was one of the most respected women in the district, and she had reportedly one of the largest funerals in the district, with a hearse followed by 53 vehicles and about 70 horsemen. Incredible. She was 41 years old. Jane had no children. Her husband married again. and yeah, they all came out to hit the Australian goldfields, and I believe they did quite well.
Whoa! Hello! Who are you?
They've got a big K2 hit there.
I had a little kid. I just got the flash of a little kid and then he disappeared.
They had a child.
Does it surprise you?
No. I've got a bit of K2 activity here too. Oh, I've got some here too.
Yeah, we've got someone with us. Hello.
Henry, he was a proprietor of the El Dorado Hotel in Smythesdale in the 1860s, where he had billiard and bagatelle tables, whatever a bagatelle is, and advertised first class wines and spirits. So he was a local merchant. Very cool, very cool. Yes, serve some fine spirits.
I always get the ones that are a little bit dodgy.
So we've got a couple of big graves. One of them belonged to Thomas Eulekberg. He was a 42-year-old bank manager, Bank of Australia at Smythesdale. On Friday night, the 10th of May 1867, he was returning from a gold buying trip when he was shot in the head and robbed of gold and money to the value of £1,200. Body was discovered the next day. A reward of $300 was offered by the bank. Two men, George Searle and Joseph Ballon, were apprehended a few days later. Yeah, they found the gold. They found a pistol that was used. They found them by black trackers at Carnham. They were tried at Ballarat Court. They found guilty and hanged at Ballarat on the 7th of August 1867. The gallows from Ballarat jail have now been reconstructed at the Smythesdale courthouse, and we'll pop by there on the way back so you can have a look at the gallows where these two fellas were actually hung. So, blessings to Thomas. Got a couple of big graves out this way. It's interesting just having a look around some of the old cemeteries, a little bit of history. A couple of very simple stones out here as well.
Somewhere I got in my head. I think it's the kind of like somebody singing in the cemetery. Just back up a little bit. I know you're trying to go. But because you're not playing, because you're older than that, just going to back up a bit.
There's the name for you, William Williams.
No.
Died in 1901.
I don't think his parents thought that through.
Maybe his parents didn't think that through. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure. Like, oh well, at least he'll know how to spell it.
That's it.
How many I's and L's can you have in one name? Jeez.
Yes. Quite a few I's and L's in that name. So you got a bit on the K2 happening there.
Oh, yeah? Maybe that's Mr. William Williams. There's a Wilson. Whoa! Okay. Definitely stop. Ow.
So as we've been walking around, been followed around a bit, as you can see by all the K2 activity, and there's nothing we're finding negative here.
No, it's having a bit of fun.
It's you know, I think they're quite intrigued that we've got some gear out and that they can find a way to show us that they're here, which is really cool. And you know, wherever we go, we always send a lot of respect to Spirit. And
Someone's following me.
yeah,
I'm not trying to hurt. Like, I think he's having a bit of fun.
S-Box. Scanning FM.
so as we're walking along I'll just show the S-Box on for a little bit. So if there's anyone around, if you wish to speak through this little device that I'm carrying with the camera, just step forward and say hi. Look nice and clear for us if you like. You can. Just to say hi, or you can set the meter off if you'd like to do. And somebody's trying to say something there. Rightio, so we've got a grave of Anne Stafford. And we've got K2 going absolutely ballistic. We've got nothing on around it.
Could the metal be letting off a magnetic pulse?
I have no idea why this is going off so mad. This is full tilt. I have never seen a K2 go so mad. Let me step right away. No, K2 is going absolutely ballistic. No reason for it. I've got no other devices on now. Oops. This is going absolutely troppo, just at this grave. Oh, look at this. Hang on.
It's the metal. Because mine's not.
Isn't that
mine's
lovely?
Only given a little bit.
Just at the back. Your K2's...
Mine's dead. Mine's only giving a little bit there. I have to get right up to it.
Your K2's not really doing much at all, is it?
No, it's the metal. It's got a magnetic pulse, the metal.
No, but... Well, that was pretty interesting. That actually shut off my phone. And K2 is just absolutely going ballistic. So, perhaps that spirit from that grave didn't want to be filmed. Who knows? But that's, yeah, just K2 was going absolutely mad, and the phone actually shut off. Now, I actually thought, okay, the battery's gone dead, and I thought, well, that was a fully charged battery, so that should have lasted. And I just went to recheck the phone to plug it in, and the battery's still on half charge on the phone. So that was really curious. I'm just going to go back to this grave because just want to check something out, because I never actually got a chance to read the grave properly. So I just want to come back and have a quick look. So the grave belongs to an Anne Stafford, nee Woods of Dublin, 1853 to 2016, so it's a recent grave, and I really do love the cross, and so I'm just sending some blessings to this person here. And apologies if you didn't like us filming, and if it was you that set the K2 off and turned the camera off. Many apologies to you, but thank you for showing that you were here. Very interesting. Beth's playing Stairway to Heaven on an iPhone. The rain's about to set in again, so we're about to pack it up for the moment. Come back another day. Sounds like there was a gunshot in the distance. Just before we go, very quick look at this one here, very old grave, and there are some who served in the war, E.G. Corzin, 21st Battalion, died in 1921. Thank you for the duty. Thank you for serving the country. Not actually sure if this is a grave marker or if it's part of something else. Again, there's another similar sort of thing just over here. So I'd say they were grave markers, unmarked graves. As you might be able to hear, that's playing Stairway to Heaven.
Why not?
And why not? Send a little bit of blessings to those in the cemetery here. Stairway to Heaven was actually a song that I played at my sister's funeral. And I played it on my guitar and sang it as her grave was being lowered down into the ground. So it's quite an appropriate song. Always reminds me of my sister and of me standing there playing Stairway to Heaven on my guitar, and she was being lowered down into the ground. And it's a great song just to send some blessings to those who lay at rest here in the cemetery. Beth says she wants to be a tree.
Yes.
Yes, why?
Because it'll be the first time in my life I'll ever be grounded.
Well, shock horror. Hi, baby.
Yeah.
Baby comes for the ride
Yeah, she
today. She hasn't been out for a while with us.
She's looking very chill.
Yeah, we normally take a, going past the Lone Pine section again.
You know, I could have you cremated and I could get your son to throw you off a cliff.
Well, that's the plan.
That made me feel
We did that with my brother. Yeah, we had it. He was cremated, and we went up to one of the mountains that we used to climb up, and we threw his ashes off of the side of the mountain, and bastard blew back on me. So I was covered in ash. So across the road here we've got the Courthouse Hotel. They serve some great meals. Brilliant little place, lovely inside. We have the Smythesdale Courthouse over here. And we have the old jail building. Original jail building. This is a lockup. 3-cell bluestone lockup, was built in 1867. So we've got 3 cells here. Now we've also done a couple of vids here. In this area, so if you want to go back through our backlog, you should be able to see some of the stuff that we've done here, a bit of an investigation. So this is the 3-cell, I don't know if we can get in there. Yeah, you can see the cell door there. And there's one on the other side, opposite side. This is a lockup. This building we're coming to over here was the police horse stables. So the police used to horse their stable their horses here, and oh, windows open. Let's have a look. What do we got? Oh, I don't know if we can see anything in there. I'm not too sure what's in there. So it's the old stables. It was built in 1859. And around the back here, we mentioned in the vid a person who, a banker who got killed by two fellas. This is the old Ballarat slab they used to hang people on, and this has been transported out here to Smythesdale, and it was obtained in 1965 when the jail was demolished and a prison was erected. The last execution here was last execution 39 years. Okay, here we go. Hang on, let me read this properly. In all, on this slab there were 13 hangings. 9 for murder, 2 for rape, 1 for carnal knowledge, 1 for shooting with intent, and there was a notable double hanging here of the banker at Smythesdale Cemetery. So here we go. Just a quick read through. Alexander Davies was executed for murdering George Sims at Smythesdale. George Sims was the banker. And James Jones executed for murdering Dr. Lewis Sanger. Now we saw his grave just before too, and Joseph Ballan and George Searle executed together for the murder of Thomas Burke. Thomas Eulekberg. Right, we saw his grave as well, so there you go. So all those people were murdered, and yeah, there's some of the people who were executed were hung here on this slab. There you go, a little bit of a storyline to it. And that was the old courthouse. So there was a lot of court hearings in here, and incidentally I did a investigation in here with another team, and it was quite interesting. Didn't get a lot, but you know, on the interior, we took a group with us. Didn't get a lot, but it was interesting. And on that particular night, actually, with this other team, we took the groups out to a couple of the old mining sites in the area, and they proved very interesting for the Jubilee mine in particular. Proved very interesting for investigations as well. So anyway, the stables, the old jail, and the courthouse hotel, and the old courthouse. So that's about it for our vid today. Hope you've enjoyed it, and like everybody, hopefully everybody will stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next vid, I guess. Alright, it's going to be one of those rainy days, so we're off. Ciao, see ya.